Hello and welcome to episode 22 of our Let's Play of The Lord of the Rings. In the last episode we entered the fortress of Dol Guldur and we're starting to descend into the lower levels, and we're currently on the 3rd level. And as I mentioned at the end of the last video, you will either need to have the magic glass in your possession or use the Melian Word of Power or use counter magic in order to see the true nature of this level of the fortress. Otherwise, the layout would appear a little different. The walls would be situated differently, and you wouldn't be able to see these lava pits. They would just appear as staircases. So you may try and walk down the stairs and have your leader be killed. So since we have the magic glass in our possession, we're able to see the layout of the floor as it actually is. And we can follow it around to the eastern side, and there will be a staircase over here that will... invisible creatures are attacking you. But there will be a staircase over here that will lead down to the 2nd level of the fortress after we deal with these invisible creatures, which are actually just spiders, as we can tell from the text here. So here's the staircase down to the 2nd level. A chill goes up your spine as you read, "You are in Warlock's hold." And pretty much anywhere you go on this floor is going to appear to be a dead end, and it seems that the only way that will not lead to a dead end is kind of up here in the northern middle part of the room. You see before you a large dark pool of water. In the center of the pool are 3 extremely lifelike granite statues of what appear to be humans in heavy robes. Carefully aiming your light at where their faces should be, you see a look of mixed surprise and horror. The water itself is still and very black. Well, it still looks like a red lava to me, but if you do try and walk across the water, your leader will himself turn into a granite statue, and essentially he'll be dead. You won't have the use of him anymore. So the only way to cross to the other side of the room actually seems kind of strange. You need to come down to the bottom here, and this appears to be a dead end, but if you walk to the end of the hallway, an unseen force has teleported you. And now we're on the western side of the room. And when we come back, we'll have to find another way to teleport ourselves from the west to the east. And we have the staircase here that will go down to the lowest level, but it appears we're blocked off here. But if you go through the invisible wall, Legend of Zelda style, you can find that once there were 3 mages who bartered with Sauron for the secret of preserving their youth. Sauron honored his bargain by turning them into statues to guard this section of Dol Guldur. And you don't have to worry, even though they are sorcerers, as it says, they won't. They don't use any magic against you. They just have they're armed with daggers, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. As long as we can get everybody through the little crack in the wall. And you'll have a chance to take their daggers if you want to. But I don't think I will. I don't really see any reason to. And you can take the dagger, like I said, if you want to. Kind of looks like our old pal Rafe Brogan from back in Bree. Now we can go to the lowest level. A sign says, "Sauron's Harrow, abandon hope all ye who enter here." Now, let me pull up the map and maybe show you a plan of the floor. If you walk around to the north or the south of these lava pits, you'll kind of be warped back to the staircase here, and you may have to fight Barrow Wights. So what you want to do is walk in between the lava pits. Have one on either to the north or south of you. You may have to deal with Barrow Wights while you're down here. As you can see that I'm having to do right now. But like I said, this is the lowest level of the fortress. So after we explore here, we can return to the 5th level where we entered, and we can continue to the higher levels. And we'd ideally, like I said, we're trying to find Frodo and Sam somewhere in this mess. come on. One of your comrades' faces becomes a mask of rage. Traitors, you're trying to sell me to Sauron. I'll kill you all before I let you. Your comrade is ready to attack you. If you move from this spot after it displays that, they will attack you. But if you just use the Melian Word of Power, it will reverse the spell and they'll rejoin your company. You have come to the Gaol of Sauron. Of all his prisons, this one is the most terrible, save for the Dark Tower. A Nazgul laughs. Fools, thou dost walk in Sauron's footsteps. Here his power brooks no rivals. Thou shalt be destroyed. And you'll be attacked by a Nazgul as soon as you approach the jail cell here. We've avoided fighting any of the Nazgul up until this point. They shouldn't prove too much of a problem if you have a large party like this. You just have to watch out because they're pretty heavily armored and they can do a good chunk of damage, and they move pretty quickly, so they'll be higher up in the attack queue. And you can take its sword if you like. The Nazgul withers. You have a feeling he is not quite dead. He is merely abandoned this form, traveling shapeless and disgraced to Mordor. A thin but terrifying voice says, "The hour of Sauron approaches soon. Thy doom is nigh." The smoldering robes of the fallen Nazgul sting to the touch, but within the folds of his cape is a key made from a strange black metal. It falls to the floor with a clink. And we find another mallet key. Now we approach the jail cell, and we can use the key to open the cell. Stumbling out of the cell is a much thinner version of Sam Gamgee. Frodo is not here, though there are signs that two people shared this cell. Sam is not very coherent, but you manage to determine that the Witch King has taken Frodo and the ring to the highest tower of Dol Guldur, and is about to depart for Mordor. There is little time to lose. Sam will join your party again. I couldn't help but notice that Bridefin seemed to have the key equipped. And I don't know how that's possible. But anyway, so that's all we need to do in the lowest level, unless you get attacked by more Barrow Wights here. Maybe the fact that he had the key equipped was the reason that he was doing so poorly in combat. Although, like I said, that shouldn't even be possible to equip a key. Damage all around. And I'm afraid I don't have any good advice for avoiding these Barrow Wight attacks. I'm not sure exactly the spots where they'll attack you. I'm not sure where those spots are, so I don't have anything to really say about that, but you shouldn't have a problem dealing with them. So that's all we need to do on this lowest level, so now we can return back through the invisible hole in the wall. And like I said, we'll need to find another spot to teleport across. And I said to avoid the eye usually, but that's the one time that you'll want to actually step on it. If you step on the eye in the southwest corner, you'll be able to teleport yourself to the eastern side of the room, near the staircase. And you'll just cross back across. That sounds kind of weird, but you'll just return across the third level here. So since we didn't find Frodo in the lower levels, it can only be assumed that he must be somewhere higher. Maybe at the top of the tower, or somewhere up there anyways. And we won't have to deal with the trolls coming back this way. And hopefully we won't have to deal with the blindness anymore either. No, I guess I was wrong. Alright. It's just frustrating more than anything. Alright, so now we are on the 5th level. And this is the level that we entered the fortress through the stone. There's Calabrith. Say hi as we go by. So now we're going up to the 6th level. This is the drawbridge control of Dol Guldur. A complex machine lifts and lowers the gates. And it's actually possible to lower the gate here if you use your devices. The great drawbridge of Dol Guldur buckles, then descends to the ground with a slam amid the sound of struggling chains. But if you go outside, you'll be attacked by trolls and a Nazgul, and you'll have to fight some orcs to get outside as well. So there's really no reason to do that at all. In fact, there's not really anything useful on this level. There's a Snaga here that you can question if you want to. But it doesn't tell you anything too useful, so I'm just going to go ahead and head up to the 7th level. We have a throne here, and looks like maybe sorcerers and some Uruks. And once again, you'll be able to take the dagger if you want to. And there's not going to be anything useful on this level, actually, either. You can just fight these this little group here. And there's I think there's more orcs that we're gonna have to fight as well. Yep. Only have 6 this time. Went about as well as it could have gone, I guess. Unless we had killed all of them in one go. So then we can ascend to the 8th floor of the tower. And if you need to do any healing, armored orc guards across the armored orcs march across the battlements of the Tower of Dol Guldur, searching for intruders. So we'll want to use our sneak ability to get by them, unless you feel like fighting more orcs. We already snuck, so we won't need to do it again. And you can either go north or south here, but south is the better way to go. You notice a warrior dressed in the armor of the Lords of Rune, the Eastern Kings who are ancient enemies of Gondor. He'd immediately recognize you as foes. Intruders, I demand single combat against your leader. Will you oblige? And this is the chance you'll need to heal your party. If you say yes, then your leader will fight him one-on-one. But if you have Aragorn, he should be more than a match for him. You have bested me fairly, he proclaims. In death I give you a gift. He speaks a word in his strange native tongue. His last words are, may you fail, but die an honorable death. And that strange word is actually what heals you. If you go to the north up here, this apartment has but a single occupant, a swarthy dark-haired man, whom you recognize as a native of Dunland, the ancient enemies of Rohan. He picks up his sword and gives a loud battle cry. Oh, I didn't see him for a second. I guess he's there in the middle of us. And we have 5 sorcerers to deal with if we go to this, the northern part here. And once again, we'll have a similar situation like in Moria, where these narrow hallways will actually make it tougher to get everybody close enough to attack. And you can take their daggers once again, if you wish. You may want to just go to the south and avoid this battle altogether, since those daggers can do a good little bit of damage to whoever's in your party. I'll just use some of his magic here, since he was kind of far away. And this should be the last one we need. Nope. Come on, here we go. And that's all we need on the 8th level. So I think here on the 9th level, I'm going to bring this video to a close. And in the next episode, we will continue exploring the 9th level, and then on to the highest 10th level. And hopefully we will find the ring bearer there, and it won't be too late. But we'll take care of all of that in the next video.